Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be checking out the Sennheiser MKE-200 directional microphone. So I got this thing to upgrade my Rode video micro that I'm actually talking to right now, and hoping that the Sennheiser will be a little better quality than what I have now. So this is the box it comes in. It's really nice. If you bought anything Sennheiser, you know they have pretty nice packaging. There's some information in the back. So the difference between this mic is that it has a shock mount inside of it. I'm not sure how good that would be compared to the external mounts, but we'll see. We got 40 to 20,000 frequency response, and it weighs 48 grams, so not too bad. So even though this is a German company, they're still made in China. Now let's go ahead and open it up. And this is what we're greeted with. So we can see the mic right here. We got a little picture of, I guess, how to hook it up to your camera. So it just slides into the hot shoe, and then you just plug in your wire. Alright, let's check this thing out. So it's definitely smaller than I thought it was going to be. So that's a good thing. Like when I saw it on pictures, I thought this part would be bigger because it looks a little bit strange. We're usually used to the more slimmer mics. It looks like it's larger because it's kind of stubby. But this is where we're going to plug in our cord. This is our cold shoe here, and we do have a mount underneath that. That's a good detail. Everything is plastic, kind of expected for this price point. So we have the logo back here, MKE-200. And yeah, it feels pretty good overall and pretty light. So let's see what else we get in the case. So it looks like some paperwork. Don't really think we need to look at this. So it looks like a baggie with the little logo on it, I guess, to store the mic, and most importantly, I guess, this dead cat as they call it. So right off the bat, I really like how it looks. It's a darker color instead of the gray. So it definitely looks more discreet, and it's very soft. And we do have a little tab. Yeah, it looks like it stretches over. It looks pretty good. There's two wires. So one of these is actually for a phone, and it says smartphone on it. Has 4 divides here, and the regular one has 3 divides. So this one is like if you're going to use a DSLR and stuff. But they also include an option to use it with the phone, which is kind of interesting. So let's go ahead and check it out here. So it does stretch pretty good, but it's not too long. And one of the ends has a locking washer on there, and so that screws right into the base. So we're going to plug it in and then tighten it. And that keeps it from coming out, which is kind of cool. So for next part, I want to put this thing on this camera that I'm talking in. But before we do that, I'm going to pull out the Rode. So what you're hearing now is from the internal mics of this Sony a6400. And let's go ahead and take a look at the Rode and what it looks like. So here we have the differences. We can see the Rode is quite a bit thinner, about the same size. Sennheiser is a little bit shorter just because it plugs here on the side. Now it does look like that you can speak in both directions on the Sennheiser. But on the Rode, it's only from the front. So maybe isolation in certain range would be better on the Rode here. But you guys can see the shock mount is right here on the whole thing, and there's usually no issues whatsoever with this thing. Another thing is the Rode is all metal and might be heavier. I don't know. Maybe they're about the same. But so I'm going to put this thing on the camera right now, plug it in. And now you guys are hearing me through the Sennheiser. So I'm talking to the back of it like you would be pointing to the front. So if I flip it around, and by the way, you guys can hear it maybe as I flip it. So I flipped it around where it points towards my mouth, and that's what this sounds like. So I have a feeling this is going to sound better, but I'm not sure exactly. I guess we're going to have to hear in post what actually does sound better. If it sounds the same from either end, I guess that would be great, because now I can have audio on both ends if I needed it. And also there is a little bit of breeze where I am right now. You can kind of see the box moving. So I'm not sure how that's picking up. So let's slip the sock over and see what it sounds like with the sock. Alright, so I got the sock on there, and this is what it sounds like with the sock. So I'm probably just going to keep the sock on, especially for windy environments and things like that, as long as the quality is not too much different. And also for the sounds that kind of like p, 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 where it really messes with the mic without the sock. But yeah, this is what the MKE-200 sounds like. Alright, so now we're trying out in vlogging mode, and I'm about 2 feet away from it, and this is what it sounds like. So let's get a little closer. That's about 1.5 feet. And I guess this is as far as you probably want to go anyways with a mic like this. Alright guys, so now I'm on a completely different camera, and this is what the a6400 looks like with this mic. Now I do have it on backwards now, and I did check in post, and it does look like it sounds so much better from the front, which is over here where the wire is, than the back. So I guess I'll have to continue to flip it around when I'm talking, you know, like this as I'm filming. compared to if you're vlogging, obviously you'd have it this way. But yeah, this is what it looks like with the sock on. Yeah, it does seem like the quality degrades just a little bit with the sock, so pull it off and see if I can get away without using it at all, at least indoors. Mostly what I'm worried about is the popping sounds from words that have P in it and things like that. So, but as far as the sound quality, it seems really good. And it definitely seems better than the Rode. The Rode is not bad for sure, and it definitely has a good vocal to it, but it does seem more boomy than the Sennheiser. The Sennheiser has more of a crisp clean, and I think with some post-processing, the Sennheiser will definitely outperform the Rode. Now these are lower level mics that do not require batteries, including the Sennheiser. To me, I like these better, even though I know that they're not as good compared to the higher end models that require the battery to operate. And the problem I have with those is forgetting to turn them on or whatever. I know some of them have ATA on, but plus keeping track of the batteries could be, you know, quite hard also. And any audio is better than no audio, and I feel like this is a perfect kind of mic for somebody that's just running gunning or just needs much better quality than what the camera has to offer. So. And also, once you put the wind muff on the Rode mic, you can see how much bigger it is compared to the Sennheiser. So not a huge difference, but still, you know, the Rode's a little bigger. And I definitely like the black on the Sennheiser than this Rode gray, which doesn't look bad, but it stands out more. And you definitely can't use the Rode without this, or you're going to be popping the P's always. So I never use this mic any other way but like this because of that reason. So that's another thing to consider. And it looks like the Sennheiser can be used just like this indoors for sure. And also, guys, I forgot to mention that when handling the camera, it seems like the noises do come through a lot easier through the Sennheiser microphone than the Rode, because the Rode has this huge shock mount. It doesn't seem to affect it as much as it does on the Sennheiser. So as long as you're not doing anything crazy, it's not really noticeable. But if you start bumping the camera around or things like that, you will hear more on the Sennheiser. So one more thing to consider about the Rode is that it is cheaper. You can get it for around $50 to $60 depending, and the Sennheiser is going for around $100 now. So you know, if you're on a budget, the Rode is still a great mic. But if you want that little bit extra quality, like I did, the Sennheiser looks like it does the job for sure to get a little more out of it. Alright guys, well hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, then hit that like button. And if you enjoy videos like this and you want to see more, then stick around. I got a lot more interesting stuff coming up. And also check out my other videos. There's quite a few interesting things there. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.